Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an ushrika bika wa ana a'lamu wa astaghfiruka liman a'lamu wa habita fillah. The Arabic language is so important for us to learn. And one of the reasons, you new Muslims and others, to learn the Arabic language so you can understand the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam better, because those are the sources for the religion. So you want to be able to approach the sources in the language, and that's the Arabic language. And another reason is to be less dependent upon others. That does not make you a scholar because you know Arabic. And that does not mean now you can interpret and explain away the divine text, but rather it gives you part of that ability. It's a part of the pathway. You still need the scholars. And that's why there's a beautiful statement, أَخْذَ عِلْمْ عَلَى أَهْلِ. Take knowledge from its people. So you're not taking knowledge just from books. Books are great. And definitely don't take your knowledge from AI and just any old sources, cut and paste. But I want to encourage myself and my brothers and sisters to learn the Arabic language. Listen to some beautiful wisdom that a great Imam, his name was Imam Al-Albany, rahmatullahi alayhi, rahmatin wasi, and he was not an Arab. He was from Albania, which is a European state in the, around Kosovo and those places in the Caucasus area. So Imam Al-Albany, he said, it is unfortunate that there can be found some contemporary tafsir, he's talking about explanation of the Quran, writers and authors that have taken the view of making permissible what has been mentioned in the last two examples, such as the permissibility of eating predatory animals and wearing gold and silk, relying upon the Quran as proof, meaning that they are just interpreting the Quran how they understand it. Imam Al-Albany, he goes on to say, he says, in fact, there can be found in this present time a group who call themselves the Quraniyun. These are people who only use the Quran and say, hey, we don't need the Sunnah, who interpret the Quran according to their desires and intellects without seeking assistance for that in the authentic Sunnah. Rather, the Sunnah, according to them, is subordinate to their desires. You will learn about all of these things the more you study the Arabic language and you study your deen. So it is a twofold task. As a new Muslim or whoever wants to learn more about their religion. The Imam, he went on to say, he said, it becomes clear that there is no way for anyone, even if he be a scholar of the Arabic language and its disciplines, to understand the noble Quran without seeking assistance in that from the prophets sallallahu alaihi wasallam in speech and action. This is since he will never be more knowledgeable of the language than the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam radiyallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in. Those who the Quran was revealed to in their language. And at that time, the language was not blemished with errors of the non-Arabs and the slang of the common people. But in spite of that, they still erred in understanding these previously mentioned ayat, meaning they didn't know the exact interpretation until it was corrected for them from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they relied on their knowledge of the language only. So it shows us that knowing the Arabic language is absolutely imperative, and I want to encourage everyone, take classes, get involved, learn the Quran, learn what you can from the authentic Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Practice your deen, gain good manners, but also know that you need to take knowledge from its people. And so that is the whole complete package, so you can practice your religion and be protected from the shaitan. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.